Well, good afternoon, magandang hapon, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is build day 60. Yes, build day 60 on the construction schedule of the pool project here in the backyard of Villa Feliz. Now today we are in the final stretch. The final stretch meaning the last little things that are being done before we actually start putting some water in the swimming pool and get the rubber ducky out of the storage shed. And you think rubber ducky is funny and it's a joke, but wait till you see what one of our subscribers sent us here as a gift for like our grand opening of our swimming pool. We'll get into that in maybe in tomorrow's episode if we have water inside the pool, maybe the next day. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started today. I will show you some of the neat things that happened right after we closed yesterday, because the pool workers were still doing some stuff and they got some neat stuff going on here. Well, it's gonna be an exciting day today, I can tell already. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now yesterday, the guys did a lot of cleaning. I gotta tell you, what do you think about the Aral stone here? This is dry. This is what it should look like all the time now. A big difference from the way it looked the day before they started cleaning this. And they're doing the same to the little walkway on that side, and they will be finishing up this side over here as well. I am so excited about that. We lit the leaves down on the palm. We had it kind of all wrapped up before, and we filled in some this morning. My gardener actually did. He's the one who gets credit for that. We have soil on the inside right now, and we can go ahead and add some plants, some little ground cover down here very soon. But what's exciting, there's two things I want to share with you that's exciting today, and I think I have to get down inside the swimming pool to show you these. Now, I think I showed in the last episode the installation of the multicolor lights here. This light right here, and this one right here, and I think I kind of showed all the lights that were installed. I really didn't point out this one that's on the ground that shines a nice warm light on the floor here in the tenon section, as well as the one over there. They were installed, and the ones underneath the bridge, I think I showed them, I'm not sure, but we're looking at it. And you're probably wondering, why am I showing these things again? Here's the one up there in that area. Well, the reason, and by the way, I want you to look. Can you see the design? I was obligated all morning. That's why this is an afternoon show today. This water is actually kind of cold down here. The temperatures have been, but anyway, this is what they did down here for the bottom to make it look like wood. So this is the underside of the bridge. And this is the outside. Remember when you looked at the bridge yesterday? The bridge was only this color out here. All was this color. Now this morning, Obeng, our master artist, he worked on doing all with that fancy little device he has. Oh, this one right here. This little device right here. This little device, he was able to do all this neat stuff here. Isn't that incredible? We have to look at it from the other side where the light is shining on different. I don't know if he's done it. I have to see if he even did the other side. So that is where the exciting stuff for today. But even more exciting, and I am not going to show you today because we have to wait till nighttime, our electrician completed the installation of all the lights here to electricity. And last night, when it was dark, we did a functional check of the lights. This one right here, which is a colored light, like I said, the colored light around the corner. So this whole area inside here, this whole area inside here, plus these lights turned on. But the colored lights, you should have seen these lights in action. We didn't really know how to use the remote properly, how to do the nice, very smooth transition from one color to the other. By default, when you turn it on, it does it by default. There is no button on the remote that sends it into that. It's the default condition when you turn it on. And it was absolutely beautiful down here. And I can't imagine what it's going to like when the pool is full of water. Not this dirty water, but the real clean water that we're going to get from the pump system. Let's go up into where the pump and the filter is. And let's look at all the plumbing that was done between yesterday and today. So this is also the masterworks from Obeng. He designed, installed, engineered. He did all of this back here. So the pump is installed. pump. This is the filter, and all of the stuff here. So basically, I think the way it works is 1, 2, 3. These four, all four of these are the, what are they? They are the incoming water from like the skimmer. So we have 2 skimmers, 1, 2 skimmers. I'm not sure that that's the skimmer. We have to mark which comes from where. Then we have one coming from the vacuum, and then we have one coming from, this is another place. Let's see, 2 skimmers, vacuum. I don't know, there's another place one comes from. And these all come in and they go into the pump over here. And the output of the pump right here goes around to this intake into the filter, where you can do lots of things. You can bypass this filter and just do circulation inside the pump. You can do cleaning inside the filter. You can do backwash. You can dump everything out into the storm sewer for when you're doing your cleaning of your filter and pool. And that's this one. Oh no, this one right here is the return. When the return, it goes up to the waterfall on the very top. Oh, these guys are so fast. I can't believe how quick they did this over here. Now this is the other side. It's so fast. I had lunch, and while I was eating lunch, they finished this, and this is the wood side. So you can see we have a little bit of a transition. Let's take a look at it from up a little bit higher. Right, this is the master, or this is the master right here who did all of this. This is Obeng. Obeng, say hi. So anyway, Obeng did all this morning. All of this was done this morning. What do you think of that? I think that is outstanding. I really like a little bit of the darker contrast to the top sections of the wood. The planks, we'll call it, the planks on the very top. Very nice looking. So very good. So the next thing I asked Obeng to do is after this, and this is already dried here, and this striped candy cane kind of looking thing here just is not hacking it. And you guys expressed your view, your opinion on that well too, and the opinion pretty much of 100% of you is like, doesn't cut it. So what I asked Obeng to do, the same magic he did on the wood there, I asked him to do it on this for this section right here, which will give us a darker contrast. It'll kind of look like the Aral stone. It'll look like the wood. It'll be complementary to the gravel rock that we have, the pebble rock that we have on the bottom. So he's going to be working on that here very shortly. He's got so many things he's working on. So something we're going to do today, we're going to test the water in the cistern, because we have a lot of water in the cistern. We probably have right now maybe about, what is it, maybe 25 cubic meters of water inside it. That's a lot of water that we have inside there. And that's a good thing that to have a cistern on your property, because most of it's from rainwater that you'll get inside it. Well, pretty much all of it's from rainwater during rainy season. And you can use that for things like irrigation, which is what we do. And for us, we are going to see if it's acceptable to use for our fill. Because if we use our garden hose, we don't have a really big pipe coming in. The main pipe that comes in from the street, that comes into the main house, they're usually like half-inch pipe. They're very small at one point. You're always restricted to the whole. It doesn't matter if you're using a 1-inch pipe after that. Your flow is going to be restricted at the smallest amount anywhere inside the chain. So we'll have very small amount of water, and it would take 3 or 4 days using the garden hose to fill a pool. This isn't a big one. But it would take probably 3 or 4 days. Now, with 25 cubic meters of water available to you on top of a garden hose, and both of them filling, I expect it maybe 24 hours and we could have the pool full. We'll see. Anyway, he's going to do a test because we don't want to put bad water in there. I don't know. It's been in there for a while. I haven't cleaned out the cistern. But again, it's rainwater. It's lots and lots of rainwater. And we'll sit the pump, the suction pump that they'll use inside there. It's like a sump pump. He'll put a rope and lower it down to maybe about 12 inches off the floor, so we don't suck up any of the floor debris, any of the sediment that has settled over the last year and a half. I think it's been about a year and a half since I've cleaned it out. So that's what we're going to try today. First, we're going to test the water. Is it good water? Now this water here, it comes from a hose that I have attached to a water bib that I have on the front of the fence here. The main reason I put that in is because since I'm kind of helping my neighbor out with a bunch of his banana plants and papaya trees and everything that I donated to him. And by the way, This is John. Like I said, this is John's lot. This is John's. This is actually Sabah. This is Sabah is growing and growing really good. And these other plants around here, we're going to propagate some of these. We have no problem with Sabah in this subdivision because it's mainly Sabah. I think it's all Sabah. But what we have here, all these other ones are things like Cavendish and Lakatan, Lantundan. I don't know if I have any Lakatan. I'm not really sure. Anyway, this is what I have for him back here. And this is something I do back here. I usually put oregano. This is oregano that I put around the base of the trees. And oregano kind of helps keep pests away. And the main thing, it helps keep pests away. So anyway, these are the plants that I donated to John on the back. Him and also on the other lot on the other side, which belongs to Corey and his asawa. I've also donated both papaya and the banana plants over there. So anyway, getting to it, this is where we're going to test the water, because the water that comes from here comes from our cistern. Now, since I know nothing about pool maintenance and testing pool water, which they will teach me, they promised to teach me how to do all this, that's part of the package. I don't know what's inside here. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. What is this?
Chlorine.
So that's chlorine. So I guess he's gonna treat the water over here with some chlorine. And so Obeng just wanted to check to see if I have the test kit. This is a test kit, chlorine and pH. And I guess for you guys and gals who have swimming pools, you're probably very familiar with this. I'm not really so much. I see something that tests the pH on one side, and I see something on the right side. I see something that says BR and CL. CL, maybe that's testing for chlorine. I don't know. I don't know. The BR, I definitely don't know. It probably, well, it's all in French right here. So maybe somewhere inside there's an English version. But they're going to teach me. So I just want to make sure that we had this in our basement. All right, so this is the process. Again, I'm just following the pool professionals. What they're going to do, they're going to take the water, a sample of water that we already removed from our cistern through the hose, through our irrigation system, and that was just a test. And he put some chlorine in there, and he said if it's contaminated water, if it's not good water that's appropriate, that can be used, when you put the chlorine in there, it will make a dirty color inside there, like a brownish color. But since the water is like this, and the reason it's white is because it has a very, very high concentration of the chlorine mixture, well, this stuff. And I imagine this is chlorine inside. It's some type of an additive. And he put a high concentration, so this is very high concentration. And he's going to pour this into the cistern, and he's going to treat the water in the cistern. Smells like chlorine. I can smell. And now we're dumping the water in from the cistern. That's the water coming over there from the sump pump that's inside the cistern. And we also have the garden hose dumping water at the same time. So this is the first drop of water into the swimming pool. They're going to need that to test all the pumps and the filter, waterfall, everything. So one of the things that we're doing here for our light, remember we wanted to light up the palm in the center. We have such a really nice plant here, and we want to showcase this one palm in the very center of the swimming pool. Regardless of whether we have those pool lights on, we're planning on, remember, doing the Baje Cubo and the coconut trees and Baje Cubo Island, lighting that up with some nice DC LED powered spotlights to highlight that area. Well, this would also add to that same ambience, that same feeling. So this is what Obeng is doing right now. He is wiring in the very last of the lights, and this light is going to sit down inside the ground. Now this light is actually a spare, and it's a good thing that we requested a spare, but we're going to use the spare here. So for some reason, if we ever have to change out, we can always use the one from the palm tree and replace it later on with another one. The priority is the pool lights to make sure that we always have lights here. But we're going to go ahead and use this inside the little planter here. So that's what he's doing. Now, to make this kind of work, since this is an underwater type of a light, it's waterproof on the inside. What I wanted to do, because the housing isn't used to soil, and I don't know if any of the acids from the soil will cause any problem, like with the bolt, the waterproof bolt connector that's on the back. So what I did was I went inside and I grabbed one of Ness's cups. Now do me a favor, don't tell Ness I used one of her cups. She'll be furious if she knows that I cut a big hole in the side of one of her cups. But she has plenty. I don't think she'll miss this one, as long as you don't tell her. And what we're going to do, he put some sealant, Obeng put some sealant around the connector and also around the base where it makes the interface to the light itself. We're going to set the light as far as we can, right about this area right here. And we'll do an upward focus on the palm, the trunk itself, and the leaves at the top. So that's what he's working on right now. We had lots of good things today, very good things today. Like I said, almost the end of the build. As a matter of fact, our gardener is working on filling this area a little bit and kind of recovering some of our sod that we pulled out. And we're going to try to repair this area so that by tomorrow, when this should all be done, the pool should all be done, we're not tracking through mud over here. We'll be back to normal sod, normal grass. You'll see the seams and everything like that. It'll take a little while to become fully normal, but we're going to do that. And we're going to make sure that it's higher at that end, this end. So if we have rainfall that comes down from here, it will run on this side of the island and to the other side of the yard. Now, when I say good things, I want to show you what just came in. I gotta tell you, I'm really excited. I did not think these were coming in today. The estimated delivery date of these are January 7th, and these are my chairs, and I hope there's no damage. I see a little bend here. I'm going to open it up in just a minute and do some inspection, and it came a long way. I ordered this from the US. I actually ordered this on Amazon.com, and Amazon from the US is so fast. I think you're going to like these chairs. Now, these are Adirondack chairs, but they're made out of material, basically plastic, that you can put inside water. So this is in that 5-inch section of the swimming pool. Well, you'll get an idea. Let me go ahead and try getting these assembled. All right, now that I got all the parts of the Adirondack chairs, at least for one of the chairs, I got the parts out. Some assembly required. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to go through the instructions. It was a long trip getting over here. I want to make sure I put this together properly. So we have the back. I think this is the seat. The arms, and I don't know what this is. I think it's the support for the arms. I'll follow the instructions. Let's go ahead and get this together and in the pool as soon as possible. All right, well, this is the first one assembled. I still have another box over there. I'll go ahead and get that one assembled, and let me see if I get the approval from the boss over here. All right, boss lady, what do you think?
Awesome. Can I see it?
Okay.
Let's see. Oh my lord. Awesome.
Okay, well, you can see our green striped table is no longer, and it's will be in preparation for doing a different color. We're actually going to put a very similar type of a design on the outside as we have for the bridge. The design that looks like wood right here. So that's what they'll be using on that, and I think it'll complement this portion right here and be a minimalistic color that actually kind of blends with the natural stone and the white down here and the pebble rock here. We'll see. We're gonna stay with it regardless for quite some time. I'm not going to change that. Now you're wondering, how are we going to do this with the pool filling up with water? Well, they won't fill this area up here. This area will be dry for the testing period until they get this taken care of and the paint is stabilized. Now, something I want to show you, and I know a lot of you had your doubts. I know you had your doubts about how are these guys going to get the accuracy of the level of the water. How are they going to do that with a bubble level inside a hose as opposed to like me using a laser level? I got to show you something that's incredible. Let's go down inside the pool. I'm making a little stir a little bit with my walking through here, but you can see the level. It's just above this line of the tile that it's inside here. Now, if you go completely, well, I can't go. It's actually above. I can't go over there because it's 12 inches deeper, but you can see from here, the level of the water in that area over there is exactly the same as it is over here. And what should happen is once all of this goes up and we start filling in, because the water level is going to come up to somewhere around this area right here. And when it does, we'll be able to validate the rest, because this was the tricky section right here. Remember, this area right here, because of the levels that we have inside there. So we'll validate that later. But here, everything's the same. Same over here on this side right here. Now, doing it like that, being able to do this huge space with the type of tools that these guys use is a testament to the level of expertise that these guys have doing this pool. Well, we can't put the chairs in the pool yet because they're doing the painting of that funky looking stump that we have inside there. So I think they're doing some preparation for the painting of it. We'll put it in.
My eyes are hurting.
After
looking at it.
yeah, it is kind of a crazy looking stump. We're working on it. Well, anyway, we're going to do a quick birthday shout out before we do a drone overview. We're going to try to catch a drone overview before it gets too dark here. Anyway, today is December 11th, which tomorrow will be December 12th, obviously, but that's when we're going to post this, so it might be a day late. And this goes out to the mom of Lyre, Leo Carrillos, and his mom is turning 76, yes. And she is from
San Carlos City, Pangasinan.
Yes, and we have I'm glad she pronounced that because I could have never gotten that last part right. And our second birthday shout out goes to
Dan Wilson.
And that is for December 12th. And Dan was the guy, if you remember, he's the guy that actually tipped me off about Mikey Bustos stealing our bridge design. So if you want to blame anybody, you blame Dan. And last but not least, one of our favorite subscribers, not that all of you are not all of our favorite subscribers, we just have some subscribers that actually send in a lot of real neat comments and contact us on email and Facebook and YouTube, and occasionally they send us some neat pictures like the one we just received today for his birthday on December 12th, and that's Albert Trias, and Albert is turning 66. And we're going to try to crunch 3 days worth inside here because you never know when these things get posted and people look at it. And our last birthday shout out goes to Dan from Tennessee, USA, and he is, I don't know how old he's turning because he didn't tell us, but he just said make sure we give a shout out to Dan from Tennessee because his birthday is on December 13th. So anyway, to all of our birthday recipients, we want to wish you all a happy birthday. right, well, it is almost 5 o'clock. All the crew are gone, and it's just me and Ness here. We are been left in charge of monitoring the water that's going from our cistern inside the swimming pool. So that's a major task for me, to make sure that we don't run dry in the cistern. I think I only have a couple more feet of water left in there. We've really dumped a lot of water very fast inside there. It's a lot of water in our cistern. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick and see what these guys, these miracle workers of pool builders, did today. I'm gonna have to start taking my shoes off. I can't walk in here with my shoes. We'll be cleaning a little bit of this up tomorrow, I suspect. They will finish this tomorrow. But one of the main things that was done today is all the Ural stone was cleaned, except for, I think, one spot, maybe one spot of it. I will have to take a look. A lot of cleaning, last minute things before turnover of the project to the client, which is us. Our gardener went ahead and started filling back in some of our soil that we pulled out, and we're filling that back in, and we're going to put some of our sod back in here. So by tomorrow, this area will look like normal again, I'm hoping. Inside the swimming pool, at least this ladder, all the sticky tape stuff that was on it was using as protectorant. You saw before I had cardboard on there, and there's just a few more things that have to be pulled off, such as, you know, this protective stuff right here, and I'll pull all that off probably tomorrow. Inside, everything got cleaned on the inside, and you see we're filling with water. Very good to have a cistern, because we're able to fill up this much right here in just a few hours. So we didn't have to rely on the subdivision water. So we saved a lot by doing that. The painting, I think the painting was done underneath. You can see I'm not getting down in it because there's all this kind of water inside there right now. I have a pool and I don't want to get in it. Isn't that crazy? But it's cold too. This is the winter time. Anyway, you can see the painting, the stuff that looks like natural wood. I really like that, and I know there's going to be a lot of comments from a lot of you who said in yesterday's episode, how they liked the bridge, how the bridge came out really nice. Now this is a really nice treat, having had additional detailing on there. Of course, we hooked up this last light over here in Ness's cup that we have here. We'll bury that down. We're gonna have to put some more soil inside here anyway, and we'll bring it to the level of the soil as we drop it down, and that should be real nice looking at this palm tonight. Let's go back inside the life support and take a look at the plumbing inside there. Now you're probably wondering, James, why is your filter out of the little housing area right here? Well, what I asked the Foreman to do is, when it was installed, I don't know if you can see, you see the inlet and the outlet over here, they only show this little on-off valve right here, and what we need to do is we need to monitor this. This is how you determine when you need to do a filter clean out, and he's going to, and that's not the reason why he pulled it out. The main reason he pulled it out was to do some of the plumbing, get all the plumbing, as you see, is completed in here. But what he'll do, he'll open this up, this little slide ring right here. He'll take the top and turn this around, because we can't change where the input and the output go out, and we'll make it where we can see the little gauge here, what will help us determine when we need to actually do cleaning. So you can see, and he fixed something for me. I don't know if those of you who have pools caught it earlier, but all of the ball valves down here, before the control on there, this handle was installed on the inside, and I wasn't here. I had other things going on. I forgot what we had going on yesterday, where my attention was drawn somewhere else. Had I caught that before they installed it, I would have said, no, they have to be on the outside, because I can't reach my hand through all this area to turn anything. And he fixed that. He miraculously fixed that. He had to do some magic of plumbing type stuff to do it, but he was able to fix that and get that in the right place. So tomorrow they have to reinstall this. They have to install the power to the pump, and we'll do some testing of the water flow, the waterfall, everything like that. Well, that is it for today's episode. I'm going to close right here. Tomorrow is going to be an exciting day. It is almost like the ribbon cutting day, and that's kind of how I associate the grand opening of the swimming pool. It's going to be like a ribbon. I don't think we have any ribbons, but we're just going to pretend we're doing a ribbon cutting and opening and stuff like that. It will also be a testing. In the morning, the whole morning will be nothing but doing finalizing on everything, making sure everything is working properly. And maybe some lessons on how to operate all the stuff, because I don't know anything about swimming pools. I know about ponds, and it is very similar, but there are some differences that have to do with the DE, the stuff that goes inside there, that goes inside your filter that helps keep your water crystal clean. Chlorine, get rid of those ugly bacteria bugs that are inside your water, and whatever else I need to know about swimming pools. Again, this is all new to me. And also, tomorrow is going to be our pool company is going to be our guests. They're not going to be workers after work hours. They are our guests, and we are providing a dinner for them for all their hard work, for everything that they've done here. So it should be very nice. Ness ordered this big spread of food, and it's to show our appreciation for all the hard work that these guys have done on our swimming pool. Okay, well, that's it. Tomorrow, remember, tomorrow, big day. Big day. I'm excited. Are you? Okay, well, if you enjoyed today's episode, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right, and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.